And we are live. Welcome everyone to another Diablo 2 Resurrected live stream. Running a little bit late today. We're going to be doing a little bit of farming with our online druid. I've taken a few days off for the holidays, but I did get to play a little here and there offline or off stream. And got my ladder wind druid to level 90. Took advantage of a lot of those um, a lot of those 22 Days of Horrors were actual buffs. If you guys have played it, you noticed that last time, and instead of buffs, um, it was actually kind of like debuffs. Um, but they would hit you when they would your attacks would hit you for twice the damage. Stuff like that and so on. But this time all the different days were all something good. You got teleport, you got twice damage, you got twice 100% times your speed. The one I took advantage of during the holidays, hopefully you guys did as well, was the terror zones. Throughout the whole Christmas, I don't know if it was Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or after Christmas Day, they did the whole favorite terror zones. So it's about six, seven, or eight different terror zones: the Cow level, Arcane Sanctuary, Diablo, Chaos Sanctuary, um, Val, at the what's it called, World Keep. So basically, all the top like places that people love farming were right there, terrorized, and a lot of people were just doing these runs. And man, it was nuts. You can definitely get your character up to snuff real quick. That's kind of what I did. Um, got myself a Heart of the Oak finally for my online character, so this will be cool to be used on my Fire Druid as well. Get the +3 to skills and the 40% faster cast rate, whether it's the Wind Druid or my Fire Druid, either one of them can take advantage of that. Plus all resistances +33 from a weapon, so that's really cool. And a whole bunch of other neat stuff. Faster mana recovery. You get Oak and Ravens even if you don't put any points into them. So you can use them as charges instead of actually having to spend points, because you can get a level 4 Oak Sage and a level 14 Raven. So get that. I was able to trade for a Jalal's main. I've played for hundreds of hours already, on stream, off stream, and I've never had this actually land. And if you look at people's games that you might be able to join, there's people also just trading. And somebody was trading Jalal's main, and I was able to get this for as cheap as a pull. Grabbing a quick bite here, guys. So I was able to get Jalal's main for as cheap as, I want to say it was a pull, rune. I've never gotten this even to drop even in the regular game. On the last ladder, season 7, I did, and never got anything like this to drop. Um, so I was able to trade for this, but I've also seen other people trade. So now I keep an eye on the stuff that people trade for, and I've seen Jalal's main being traded for. It just depends on where you what time you log in, how desperate somebody is to offload something and get something better for it. Sometimes people will ask directly for something like an Ist ruin or something high up there, but I was able to get this for a pole ruin, which I think was a steal. But again, This was probably somebody who was most people play like sorceress. A lot of people are playing the assassin because you can get those the fuel mosaics and basically break the game. A lot of people play paladin. So a lot of people just come across this, and obviously it's something that they're never gonna touch. So, but they notice the obviously the +2 to druid skills, +2 to shapeshifting. So that's basically +4 to shapeshifting and 2 to everything else. Um, +20 strength, +20 energy, so you don't have to put points into energy if you have this on, and you throw everything into health. That way you have a good supply of mana, and all resistance 30, all resistance on a headpiece. So just with the Heart of Oak with a all resistance +33, and then this one +30, you're already at 63. And then obviously I already had my spirit. I traded to get a spirit early on in the game because I wanted one for the +2 all skills and the faster casting rate. I was able to get one with a pull. I think I traded. I gave a pull for an open socket one. But I've been able to every time now that I see one drop, I pick it up, and I've been able to trade about 4 or 5 different Monarch shields from everything from a Lem to as much as an Ruin. I think I traded an open socket one for an Ruin, and I think everything else was like a pull, and a Lem. So I was able to even trade. I think I traded an Is Ruin. I think I had one, and I traded an Is Ruin for a Druid. Um, Again, same thing. A lot of people don't play the Druid. So somebody was trading a Druid torch, and they were open to trade. They weren't specific on what they wanted, so I busted out an Isruin I had because I'm like +3 to Druid skills, 15 to all attributes. So that's strength, 15 to strength, 15 to uh, uh, dexterity, 15 to mana, 15 to health. So that's huge, and all resistance is 20, and that's huge. I haven't been able to re redo the charges for some reason. I don't know exactly how do you go about getting these recharged because these level 30 Hydras are actually pretty cool. When you come across an enemy that is cold resistance to any of my win abilities, I can drop this Hydra and this will annihilate them. But this would be nice to get a charge, but I had to find out how to get that done. And then everything else is pretty much what I've had. I did pick up War Travelers, which were really good, but people love the War Travelers, and I ended up trading them. I forgot what I traded them for. What did I get for it? It might have actually been the torch. It might not have been in this room. I think somebody gave me was able to get the torch, and they wanted my War Travelers for it. Got Mage Fist. I actually got 2 Mage Fists to drop in ladder and traded one for my Necromancer, one of my favorite characters. Once we got him to hell, he's been kind of like stuck in not being able to do enough uh, poison damage. But and I never got in these Trang's Owl Claws to drop, and a lot of people are saying that those are the best gloves for that character. I've never had these fall. It's always some other gloves. You know, you guys play the games like Saigon's armor or who's the other one? There's a couple of armors that always drop, but these have never dropped for me. So I was able to trade my Mage Fist for these, and I used my second Mage Fist to put these back on because I actually traded the ones I had. And I traded a Pole Ruin. No, I traded a Lem and a Co for this perfect poison resist Grand Charm. Um, so my Necromancer will be set once ladder 9 ends. I think I'll put these on him. And that'll be pretty cool. So I don't have much now. I have a Mal. I had a pretty good stack, but then again, I did a lot of trading during the holidays, and I'm just down to a Mal rune. And I think I used the I used the last couple of last lemon, the last coat to get this perfect poison resist. Um, it's gonna help out my necromancer a lot. This along with this gonna be huge. And I don't want to give away the Mal because I'm actually at a point where I can do a with the ruins, the high ruins that I have. I can actually get a CTA, a call to arms for my barbarian, and I'll be able to utilize that for my. I didn't know that you could use the call to arms for other characters as well. You see people being able to buff up with battle orders and battle command on druid and other characters, so that's something I want to do. So I don't want to get rid of that Mal ruin. I'll keep that till the end of the ladder so that we're able to buff up our characters with battle orders and battle command. But for today, what I wanted to do was basically do some farming. Countess, we might start a different character. I was thinking of doing the assassin because I see a lot of people having a lot of fun with this dual mosaics. I don't know if you guys have given it a shot, but dual mosaics, it almost seems like if you guys have played with people, it is insane. Um, Literally, you are doing like, let's say, like chaos run. They run and turn on all of those portals so quick, and they run into packs, and it seems like it's like the rapture. Like it seems like they literally explode a pack of like a couple of kicks. I think they're doing like martial arts and they're doing kicks, and these packs just literally explode like rapture in front of you, like in eyes, and like it's weird. But if you guys are watching this stream, you guys have probably played the game yourself, but it is freaking insane. But so I might do an assassin. I gotta look up when this ladder season ends. Um, oh, before we start farming, I got a fortitude. So I was able to trade for a low. Obviously, the rest of it is L, Sol, Dole. They're really easy. You'll have them in your stash. But getting that low, I've been playing hundreds of hours, guys, and I never got a low to drop. But I should have been trading way early on because there's a lot of people who are looking for pieces of armor to complete a set that are willing to part with the low or are looking for either like a festering essence. I was able to get a festering essence. I got a ethereal Shaco. The first Shaco that I've ever gotten to drop, like actual Shaco. It was like a +3 or 4 to all skills, plus a bunch of life, like 2 to 300 life, plus um damage. Like it was insane. Plus all abilities, had everything. It had a ton of defense. I want to say it was like 300 or 400 defense, but it was ethereal, so you couldn't repair it. But I traded it and I got actually a full token and almost a full 3 sets of essences. I think I was missing one, but it was the harder essences to get to. I think it was like a Diablo essence and a Mephisto essence, and I've been able to trade to get some other stuff with those as well. So I don't have those anymore, but I was able to get this low, and now I have Fortitude, which now my character has a pretty good defense with that armored. So this is just with the armor, but once I get hit and it procs the shielding armor, this doubles. So 2000 is already pretty good defense. But once the chilling armor effect goes in, it's 4,000 and makes it really hard to get for anything to really hit me. Let's see what is currently terrorized here. Yeah, like so that's what I learned, guys. I mean, I played for so long. I played ladder last time, but I was just playing it to play it and move along. I should have been playing online. I should have been doing like these kind of raids of Chaos Sanctuary and Bal and all that good stuff, and trading and just going online and seeing what people are trading for. Ancient's Way is terrorized. Oh man, how did I get through Ancient? Is it through the tundra? Let's see. The last day or so, the teleportation for everybody, that was a lot of fun. Being able to have fortitude on and still be able to do the teleportation you get from Enigma, a lot of fun. Okay, so I thought the entrance was. Oh no, it's keep going left. We'll keep going left. Let's see. He clears stuff up real quick. Again, it's not a broken character, so you're not gonna be doing the type of damage that like. Here we go. You're not gonna be doing the type of damage like that Mosaic Assassin. That's insane, and you're not clearing stuff out like Chaos Sanctuary Paladin, the Hammerdin, but he clears out stuff pretty quick too. The only thing I don't have is a decent. Actually, I don't have a few things. I don't have a good belt. I don't have good rings. But I also don't have a decent Grand Charm. Asunder cold. I think most of my damage is cold, and so I do need to pick up a good one. I've gotten two so far. I was able to trade for one, but it was a horrible one. And then I got one to drop, but both are in the 80s. I think one was 88 and one was 89. So they hit you hard. So it'd be nice to get one in around the 70s, even if it's not like a perfect 70 like I got for the poison. Like if I could get like anything 70 to 75 would be good. But they're hard to come by because obviously there's a lot of cold sorceresses, and obviously they wanted to, so I demand. Get to the ancient. I'll get the travel spot here too, so that we can do this Paradise Zone in the future. Yeah, without fortitude, I would not have survived that. Without fortitude. That's me surviving all that as a caster. That was a huge path right there. Another good thing I kind of figured out was that even though tornado and hurricane are the ones that do the main damage, I've gotten my twisters up, and as I've started using them more, I've noticed that just like the once you transform into the bear and you use shockwave as crowd control, you can use the twisters as crowd control for enemies when they're tougher and they won't go down. So if you're here, you can literally stun lock them with the twisters, and you can get a whole bunch of them to come out. So you can crowd control an area really effectively, and just kind of like stun lock them and get your group to kind of finish them off. Like so, right here, throw them out there, stun lock them. But again, I've got them to good points where I could actually do damage with them as well. Where these guys unlock them, that guy's dizzy now, so now he can. My little army can go up there and just take care of him. Same thing with this guy. Champion over here. Alright, Red Summit. I think I will go up there, but I want to get the fast travel unlocked. Like here. Yeah, where are he? I was gonna take a bite of me, like the perfect time to attack. Hey, when they're in the corner, it makes it really hard to get them. There we go. You don't have the greatest control on tornado. That it? That's one of the things that I wish I would have learned earlier, to look at the online ladder um, platforms and just kind of see who else is playing and what kind of runs they're doing, to be able to do Diablo runs or start your own Diablo or a Bal run. And and then just being able to look at the trading stuff that's going on and what people are trading for. Like I said, like now you play the game and you're kind of like always on the lookout for. I'm like, I already have my monarch, but if another monarch falls, I'm picking that up and I'm keeping it and trading it later. And sometimes you put it up and there's no one really looking for it at the time, and go back to your game, put it away, go back to it a different time, and hopefully somebody is starting new and they don't want to go through the grind of trying to find their own monarch. Same thing with everything else. If you're done getting Archon plates for your armors and find one, don't just leave it. Obviously, pick it up. Keep an eye out for the armors that you put. Same thing for face blades, berserker axes, specific armor sets. I noticed a lot of people were trading for Talrash's mask early on. Not so much anymore now that the ladder's been out for a bit. A lot of people are trading for Immortal King's armor. Um, Here we go. Perfect. I get that active. Okay, so now let's go back to last opening. flails. Obviously, for the druids that are out there or the casters that are out there, a great base for a Heart of Oak is a four-socket flail. Um, they're they come in. They have the ability to obviously craft Heart of Oak on them, and they're very low strength requirements. So for a caster, that's great. Can you do the bus? I'm right, you can. I don't know if I can do it on my own. These guys are tough. We almost got one down, so alright, so I think we should be able to do it. This guy's down. Good thing is that my bear is like has like 300 lives, so he's not gonna get knocked out anytime soon. I didn't really put too many points into bear. I think I put 1 point. I put 1 point into bear just to be able to have him there as a meat shield. But because I did put some points into Direwolf, it gets more health. Let me get the ability or the extra points from the actual quest. Yeah. So here's the game list. Not a lot of people are playing right now, but throughout the day, people were playing here, and I got a chance throughout the holidays to, since I was home, not working, um, just kind of check out what people are trading for. So look at this. Like this one's kind of insane. 30. Sometimes people do 20 or 30 perfect jewels for an Istra Bear rune. Don't know if anybody really goes for that. Um, Token for a Vex. That might actually do it. Like, who wants to try to get all the essences, especially um, what's his face? He's hard to get all the way down there and farm him on your own. If you do farm him in a group, there's no telling that you're going to be the guy who ends up picking up the essence. So if you can pick up a token of absolution to restat your character once you run out of those three restatings, that might be a good trade. But right now, there's not a lot of people on there. But typically, you can kind of take a look at where people are at. People are in hell, nightmare, normal, and just kind of look at your stash and see what you might be able to trade. Let me do Frigid Highlands. What am I missing? I gotta get a Raven Frost. he's immune to a lot of my cold damage. So it's even without a Sunder Ruin, I'm still hitting pretty hard that it still gets. I always like to do that run of those 2 champion packs and then come back to town and hit up um, Anya's portal and go to, what is it, Pindleskin? What is it? Yeah. And drop anything. I'll take this. To Countess. Ah, perfect. That's the one thing I gotta say about the teleportation for everybody day. It was fun to run this one because you can literally just teleport past larger packs and just get down there and avoid them. But I mean, you do kind of miss out, I guess, on some opportunities. Some of them are just annoying. You run, I run into a lot of issues with Ghost being immune to my cold damage. I'm mapping out the entire thing here. And a wrong turn somewhere. That was just to get to the second level. dead end? I thought for sure it was gonna be down this way. Man, I'm not making good choices on my turns on this one. What, son? Get that. They ruined. Is insane. And I was thinking earlier because I did create a bramble for my merc. I was able to trade for the Sirruin, and I was like, man, I think it's great for him for the defense because I was able to. I had an ethereal force socket that was already like 7 or something like that. Wormhide, but I'm thinking like if I could get this in an Archon plate, non-ethereal, it would be good too for just any character to have without running into it not being able to be repaired. So there you go. Or we could trade for it. That's the first time I've ever had a Sir fall, guys. Wow. And that's on the way to the Countess, and stopping and taking on that pack. Everybody always says that you should take down the ghost because they always have a good chance of dropping something good. And I've never actually had it happen, but there you guys go. Sir, actually falling. Yeah, that's the only one I've ever had fall. The other one I actually had to trade for. So, lucky night tonight, guys. We actually had one of that in a low, never got into fall. I gotta say, this has been the best ladder season. I'm going off of just what kind of items I've been able to get, the luck I've been able to get. You guys just saw Sir Ruin fall for the first time in any of my streams. I've had Mouse fall. This Mal I actually traded for and I was able to trade, and throughout a couple of days I think I ended up with a couple of pull and an that I traded for, and I created from two pull another and created this Mal. But yeah, that's the first Sir that I've ever gotten to pull, and I think I will probably utilize that to create another Bramble, but this time not in a Wormhide, probably in an Archon plate, non-ethereal. We just need another Ohm. I have an Ohm, but that Ohm is going to be used for CTA. Like I said, I definitely want to be able to use battle commands with the druid. I can just imagine my fire druid having the ability to do battle commands for the additional damage and life and everything, and fanaticism from the beast weapon. And if we put Bramble, man, that's just an additional damage. Insane. All right, let's go back. We didn't even get to the counters yet. How insane would it be if she actually drops something good? I mean, after just trying to get down there and getting the Sir Ruin to drop, I gotta say I don't expect her to drop anything that great. I might even think like I would if I was a betting man, I would say that she drops nothing. It'll be one of the rare chances that she drops absolutely no. Oh, we don't have to go. We gotta go back. It'll be one of the few times that she actually drops a zero drop. And I think too, I'm most likely gonna keep that to do another Ramble armor, but I'm telling you, we would be able to trade that for something good. What? I don't know what I would give up a Bramble for, but you never know. Sometimes somebody wants to start all over again, and they might be willing to trade a full, already created CTA. Maybe not with the best 642 or 643, but maybe like a 5-3-1, which wouldn't be too bad. I might trade for that. Let's see. Alright, I was wrong. She at least dropped a soul. This was funny yesterday. I was trying to create um, I was trying to create my fortitude. I just got the Archeon plate to drop. I think I was doing a cows on my own. I had been doing a lot of cows with other people, but couldn't get anything to drop. And the few times that a lem or a co would drop, somebody else would get it. Um, I was farming on my own, and I got a 4 open socket Archon plate drop, and I had been able to trade for the low, and so I'm like, okay, let's create this. I got the Archon plate. I traded for the low, and guess what? I didn't have. I had a ton of souls. I had doles. I had no L. Literally the first ruin, the most um, useless ruin available. The little, what I think to me it looks like a little bird or something. It's the most useless one. I remember I dropped one like maybe a day before just to have an open space to put something there. And the following day I needed it, and yeah, nowhere to be found. I ended up going on there and putting trade ort for L ruin. Somebody came and they felt so bad. I guess that they ended up just dropping me the L ruin, and they dropped not only did they drop me, they didn't even exchange it. They just dropped it on the ground. They're like, here it is, and they also dropped a uh, what is that? Lionheart armor in an actual good set. I must have that like this poor guy trading for an L. Okay, so I definitely want to keep the gold. And since we know we do want to eventually create another bramble, now that we got a Sir, but we're gonna need another Ohm Rune. I'm gonna have to trade for that Ohm Rune. Ohm Runes are hard to come by. I've had one drop for me on non-ladder in the entire time that I played the game, which is and one on ladder that I've been able to trade for. But I gotta say, trading online, especially ladder, because so quick and people are just trying to get stuff quick to increase the power of their character for now. Because once the ladder is done, then again those characters just go to your normal character slots. Um, so people are in a rush to get Taos Mask, like I said, Monarch Shields, 4-plate Archon armor, 4-socket flails, 4 to 5, 6-socket face blades, and they're willing to trade some good stuff for it. One charm, I think. Cold damage. And armor strike, cathedral, and the catacomb. What's here, huh? The first act one. Yep. Inner cloister.
Good evening.
So I got a couple more people here. So here, this guy's willing to trade. I don't know what a 5 PB is. Faceblade? Like a 5-socket faceblade for 4-socket flail. I think I've traded all my flails, so I don't can't do that. Though I would like a 5-socket face for that call to arms. Istruin for 2 bow Grand Charm S. Hmm. I'm guessing he wants 2 Boson Grand Charm Skillers. Especially if he's asking for Nisruin, so like plus to Boson, plus to Javelin, but he just wants bows. So plus 1, I guess, to that. 'Cause I actually got a +1 to martial arts for an assassin, and I was able to trade that one for I don't know if it was a ruin or an is ruin. Yeah, and they paid up quick. As soon as I put it up, somebody wanted a gold for a Shaco. This seems insane to me because if it's a really good Shaco, why would you give it up for a gold? But if you have a couple of Shakos and you're trying to create this insane assassin that you've been seeing, you're gonna need 2 gold runes to go along with. I think it's a Mal. The gold Mal. The third one, the third rune word is easy. I forget what it is. So, but the main ones are gonna be gold Mal. So a lot of people are willing to trade arm and a leg to get those gold runes. That was one of the first ones I actually got in this game. I was doing farming either Chaos Sanctuary or cows in a group, and a gold dropped literally right in, no, not even in front of me. It was like we killed a big horde of monsters and it dropped, and I was like, what? So it was like early in my day, and I was like, just snatch that one up right away. I forgot what I traded it for, but that might have been, I think, gold. The gold ruin might have been what I traded to get my my druid torch. Now that I think about it, 6 perfect gems for a shell. That doesn't even sound too bad. I don't want to do that. Depending on what they are, because I like using amethyst to a perfect amethyst to sometimes socket items myself. I think it's Ral, Am, perfect amethyst, and whatever the armor is to socket it yourself. But it's a gamble because it could be like a 15% chance that's a 50% chance that's anywhere from 1 to 3, and a 50% chance that's max. Um, on some armors where the max is like 4, that's a 50% chance that you'll get that 4, or 50% chance it'll be 1, 2, or 3. But for a perfect gem and a Ral and a Am, I'm willing to take that gamble. Especially if you don't have any more Lyserk um, socketing left. Mm, I want to say I do have a shell. Let me see. Oh, somebody gave it to him already. Yeah, oh yeah, they're in 0. If I have face blade, this guy's still looking for him. Let me see if I have it. For most of my farming for this holiday, I took a few days off after Christmas. I did it. I was able to trade a pole. I want to say a pole for a skin of the Viper Magi. Another item that I've never had drop. I know what it was. I know the stats. I've seen people online say, "Hey, if you can get your hands on one of these, this is the best, one of the best early game drops that you can get. It could get you all the way through even early hell, through nightmare, and even early hell." I mean, look at this. Almost 300 defense, +1 to all skills, 30% faster cast rate, 120 enhanced defense, all resistance +20. I mean, this is pretty good. You combine this with other caster armors and the plus the skills, the +30 to faster cast, it's huge. And then the all resistances +24 is not bad. Combine all that in one like very low level requirement 29. I mean, if you're that's end of normal, literally end of normal. You should already be in bound by the time you're able to put this on, and then being able to wear this through all of Nightmare, basically. I wish I would have had this in normal. I think I traded maybe mid Nightmare for this. But once I got the Fortitude, I switched over to this Fortitude. It has no plus to skills, but man, that defense is huge because I was like a glass cannon that could not stand any type of hit damage, especially with like the lightning ghost, the gigantic centaurs or bull guys. If any of them got to me, I could get killed pretty quickly. Oh, if the little skeleton kids, the Stygian dolls. Oh man, if they got to me, I was dead. But yeah, this Fortitude allows this druid to actually be a little bit more in the forefront because I mean 14 defense just straight off the bat just on the chest piece, and then add the chilling armor effect, and like I said, it goes up even higher. Um, looks like I don't have a flail. I had a few flails that I did pick up. I had mine for my heart evoke, but then I got a few more to drop, and for a while I was carrying like three. Well, one four socketed, a scourge four socketed, and then regular flail non-socketed. And I was able to trade all of them for ruins. I do not have it. I kept this four socket berserker act because somewhere in the back of my mind I kept thinking like, oh, there's something. There's something I remember reading where a berserker act was the best base four, and I kept it, and then I was like, oh, what I remember was two things. Five socket beast. You can use a berserker axe is one of the best in class bases, and a six socket berserker axe is a good base for what's that one called? So There we go. One of the options for one of the better options, you could use a faceplate as well, but one of the better options to it for a Breath of the Dying. But again, I've never seen a sod ruin. I think that's a sham ruin in a sod is something that I haven't seen or been able to trade for, but I haven't really had a need for either yet. I think now that for a while, I was getting this Heart of the Oak, then I got that. The hardest thing on ladder to get was the Vex. I was able to get these two to drop. I was able to get pulls to drop that I actually traded for and got some back and forth. Coast, I was able to get drop and keep. Vex, I was not able to find one at all. At all. I forgot what I traded for it, but I traded something. And I got this Vex to finally get this one. And um yeah, then we got our fortitude after that when we got traded for our low. But now that we have those, now I have a solid armor base. I mean, in the future, I might still want to create a Chains of Honor. Um, but I think I'm happy with this. But I would want, like I have the Ruin Words combined with online and offline to create a CTA. So that's the next thing I'm gonna create once the season's over. But after that, I would want to try to see if we can create a Infinity for our mercenary. And I used to think it was impossible to get all of those, but now that I've seen how playing ladder just kind of helps you get some of those easier, because offline there's not a lot of like urgency and people wanting to trade, because a lot of people just want to play on their own, and you could get some people to trade, and sometimes you do see stuff back and forth. But I gotta say, it's a whole other level on ladder, because there is that urgency, because each season is only about, I want to say, about 6 weeks to about 2 months. So if you're cranking away and you're trying to get something built before that time is up, um, you're gonna find things that you don't need that you're gonna be willing to trade to get other things that you need for your specific character, and vice versa. I'm working on a druid, somebody else is working on an assassin. There's stuff that's gonna fall on me, where I can turn around and trade that for something I may need. Um, so I think that kind of it gets things rolling a little bit easier. So I think we'll probably um, get that stash and combine it with our other druid, necromancer, paladin, barbarian, Amazon that we do have on non-ladder, and probably play that our fire druid for a bit. That necro might finally get some play after a long time, and also start another with the next season, season 10. I'll probably do ladder again, just because it is now a lot more fun knowing that to do the raids, to do the trading back and forth, and try to get an infinity that way. Because otherwise, I'm like, infinity is just so many high chance drops that it's just insane if you're trying to get it on your own without trading. Talking about, I think it's like jaw, 2 bears, a jaw, and a mal. I want to say something like that. It's insane. I think trading, I think I'd be able to do it. In trading on ladder. But depending on how long it is, like I said, I might do start a fast and even this ladder if it's still another month out. So I don't have a 4 socket. Well, because I do want a 5 socket face blade. I want to trade for this Immortal King headpiece. I already have one offline, but I was able to get these dropped. I've never had these. I never had the Immortal King's Crusher, the weapon itself. And somebody actually traded a pool. I'm telling you, pools are like the main currency. Vex is like your high end. Like I think like everybody wants one. They're very rare and they're used in a lot of rune words that you need. Armor sets, weapons. Even me for the Heart of Oak, I needed a Vex and had to trade for it. Um, but somebody was I was able to trade a pool, maybe another one, maybe like a pool and a lem or a pool and a co. And I was able to get this Immortal King's armor for it. And so now with the offline stuff I have the full set and I can't wait to actually put that on my barbarian and see how the full set works because it's a lot of good stuff for a barbarian. The only thing that's weird is the two hand crusher because the good thing about the barbarian is basically being able to dual wield stuff. So it would have been better if it would have been two weapons or a weapon and a shield. But I mean that would have been the barbarian. But I mean two weapons probably would have been nicer because then they could have both had stats on them. But that's the one thing that I'm kind of like eh. But I mean, that's have they all of them do come with sockets. So this has 2 sockets, so you can add some stuff. So maybe some magic fine or anything you want to add to it. Some additional life, additional um life per hit. This one doesn't have sockets though. So this has sockets. This has sockets.
Not here.
Let me do Frigid Highlands. So I've been talking a lot today, guys. It's just I knew I played. I didn't stream because it was the holidays, and I played, but I still played like whenever I got the chance. And I saw that a lot of people did actually play during the holidays as well, and so there was a lot of action um, and the game developers have actually been pretty awesome with the 20 Days of Terror with the terror zones. They had like I said, like 6 one day, and people were just farming those, and the community was really cool about setting up 8 parties, eight-person parties to go into a chaos run, or even like a bell run. That's how I was able to get this character all the way to 90. I mean, this is all ladder. Plus 8. And you're just going on bow runs. It like it literally jumps your character up quick. Oh, okay, so finally, I can see that the chill armor is on. So as soon as we knock this guy out, I'll show you guys now my 2000 defense, which is freaking good. And now with the chill armor effect fogged by me actually getting hit. Check this out. 2000 defense just with the armor, nothing else. 6,000 guys, almost 6,000 defense with the shielding armor. Again, it would take now a lot for that's for physical damage, which is great for the druid because the the wind shield that you have only protects you from magical damage, elemental damage, not poison damage or physical. So now it's like hard for anything to really hit me because my wind shield protects me for about just shy of 2k damage, and the shielding armor, like I said, now protects me for shy of like 6k damage. And let's see. So my cyclone armor is protecting me for 1643. Like I said. So elemental I'm pretty good with, but with the armor it kind of like blocks off that one hole that you had in your armor, that one chink in your armor. Now with the fortitude and the chill armor, it literally allows this druid to be at the front line and not have to worry. You're no longer a glass cannon. And that's not even transforming. So I'm imagining like if you get this chilling armor effect and you transformed into the bear, like with my fire druid, I don't have that ability. I did not want to just do a repeat of the fire druid, so I don't have any shape shifting capabilities. Everything is on just mainly the oak sage. These is just 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point here. Additional 4 points here to give my bear a chance to stay alive. So by putting 4 points here, I gave him an additional a bunch of additional life. Let's see. Direwolf gives the bear 15 additional per life, per level. But yeah, so like I said, excuse me for talking a little bit too more than actually doing action. Most of the time, I like playing the game more than chatting, talking too much. But kind of wanted to bring you guys up to speed through where we're at, and not just have it without me actually telling you guys. I don't know how else you would know that I played through the holidays and was able to get a lot of stuff.
Greetings.
All right, so let's see. Dexterity. How's that? Put this away. I'm gonna keep these. Only thing that sucks is when you create the portal for the cow level, I have to drop all those heals or rejuvenation potions and pick them back up. Just tedious. If anybody knows, how do you repair the charges on this one? Like, you hit the button, but it doesn't do anything. Um, I've been told that you should be able to at least recharge one per. But yeah, it's weird because it gives you the option. So if you put the cursor here, you look at the bottom, it just says pick up, drop, hold to sell, hold to sort, close menu. If you put it over the torch, it does give you the extra added benefit of repairing it. Ah, there we go. It's just a one-time click. Oh my Jesus! Whoa! 260 to repair. Yes, I'm gonna do it, but damn, it makes me not want to use those charges. Good thing I have a ton of cash. Alright, so up here, you actually hold down the joystick, the left joystick. You hold it down, and it does that little circle through, and then repairs everything. But you can't do that here and do the circle through. You actually just click on it. Now the charges. Alright, there we go. Answered my own question. But damn, dude, 260 fixed charges. So, what's the math on that? That's Jesus. 6 of those 40, 45, about 45,000. It's almost like your merc died 6 times and you had to resurrect them. Each one charge is almost like resurrecting your merc. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. It's weird because I'm like, the Hydra is actually really cool. In a level 30 Hydra? Let me make sure that I don't have it as, okay, I don't have it on a button. Yeah, I'm like, that's expensive. Well, I did put my birds. I moved the Hydras out, and then I put my birds in there. I have a whole zoo out there. Again, they're just 1 point, but the rest of them is just because of the Heart of Oak and the Spirit Shield. Oh, yeah, let me do Middle Skin here. I always had to complete this trifecta here. Big champions in Frigid Highlands, the tanks, and I forget the other guy's name, but Middleston here. We got nothing from him. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there, guys, because I do have to go to work tomorrow. Um, we'll keep playing. Sorry for the late start today. I will do a stream tomorrow, Friday, and I'll gonna try to start as much as time as possible, 10:30. And we'll keep doing some farming and going online. Maybe I'll even like, hopefully some more people are playing. Right now, like I said, I don't see a lot of people on online, and it's a lot more fun when there's a lot more choices here and people are putting up like I said, like Bell and Chaos runs. Because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun when you get about 6, 7, 8 people to go on these runs and just you jump up in your level pretty quickly. Even if you're in the high levels where it takes a ton of points, it's kind of like one of the only ways to actually get it done fairly quickly. Especially if those areas get terrorized, Chaos or Bow. If those guys get terrorized, everybody loves to run those, and it's just a good time and great experience points to be had for everybody. But then again, I also like going through this section and just kind of seeing what people are looking for and looking through my inventory and making sure If I have something that am not gonna need, then I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can trade for it. This is exactly what I have a need for as well. This guy is willing to trade a coat for a Raven Frost. I would trade a coat for a Raven Frost as well. Keep getting my Druid frozen, and then it takes a few seconds for him to get back to regular running. And I have not had a Raven Frost fall on ladder. And a coat's not too bad. If I could get my hands on a coat. Actually, I do have a coat. I do have a coat. Like I should be able to offer either a coat or a lem or a Raven Frost ring. But yeah, we'll continue this tomorrow, guys. Thank you as always for checking out the channel. I definitely appreciate it. I will catch you on the next one. Enjoy your evening.